Just when America's Got Talent viewers thought they had seen it all, two young performers from Hawaii walked onto the stage and delivered a moment nobody saw coming. By the end of their audition, the audience was on its feet, the judges were visibly stunned, and Simon Cowell's reaction became one of the most talked about moments of the season. But what truly shocked viewers came after the performance, when many discovered that the talented duo shared a family connection with one of the biggest stars in modern music, Bruno Mars. In a season packed with singers, dancers, and unforgettable stories, few acts have generated as much excitement as Nyjah music and Zyah rhythm. The teenage duo arrived on the AGT stage without mentioning their famous family ties. There were no celebrity introductions, no dramatic reveals, and no attempts to use a household name to gain an advantage. Instead, they relied on the one thing every performer hopes will speak for itself: talent. As the stage lights illuminated the theater, the atmosphere felt familiar. Another audition. Another hopeful act. Another chance to impress one of the toughest judging panels on television. Then the music started. From the very first notes, something felt different. The brothers displayed a level of chemistry that cannot be taught. Their harmonies blended effortlessly. Their timing was precise. Their confidence seemed natural rather than rehearsed. More importantly, they performed with a sincerity that instantly connected with the audience. People stopped looking at them as contestants. They started looking at them as artists. Within moments, cameras captured audience members leaning forward in their seats. The energy inside the room shifted noticeably. The performance was no longer simply good. It was becoming memorable. Veteran music producer Michael Reynolds, who has worked with developing artists for more than 2 decades, believes those moments are rare. You can train technique. You can improve stage presence. But genuine chemistry is difficult to manufacture, Reynolds explained. When audiences feel authenticity, they react immediately. That's exactly what happened here. As the performance continued, that authenticity became impossible to ignore. Every lyric seemed intentional. Every harmony added emotional weight. The song wasn't simply being performed. It was being communicated. That distinction often separates good auditions from great ones. By the time the duo reached the final chorus, the audience appeared fully invested in the performance. The energy inside the theater had transformed from curiosity into excitement. Then came the final note. For a brief second, silence filled the room. And then everything exploded. The audience erupted into applause. Cheers echoed throughout the theater. Several audience members jumped to their feet. The standing ovation came almost instantly. But it was Simon Cowell's reaction that captured everyone's attention. For years, Cowell has built a reputation as one of television's most recognizable talent judges. Across multiple competition shows, he has witnessed thousands of auditions and helped launch some of the entertainment industry's biggest careers. Very little surprises him. That is why viewers pay close attention whenever he appears genuinely impressed. As cameras focused on the judging panel, Cowell's expression seemed to tell the story before he even spoke. He appeared surprised, engaged, and intrigued. Social media users immediately noticed. Clips of his reaction began circulating online within hours of the broadcast. Fans analyzed every detail. Entertainment blogs highlighted the moment. YouTube commentators referenced it repeatedly. Many viewers reached the same conclusion. Simon Cowell believed he had just witnessed something special. Entertainment critic Laura Mitchell says reactions like these carry significant weight in today's media landscape. Simon has become a benchmark for audiences, Mitchell explained. Whether people agree with him or not, they trust that he recognizes talent. When he reacts strongly to a performance, viewers pay attention. The judges' comments only strengthened that perception. Howie Mandel praised the duo's musical instincts and professionalism. Sofia Vergara highlighted their charisma and ability to captivate the room. Simon Cowell focused on the performance itself, emphasizing the importance of authenticity and audience connection. The result was unanimous. 4 judges. 4 yes votes. And a wave of momentum that would continue long after the episode ended. However, the most surprising part of the story was still waiting to emerge. As clips from the audition spread across social media platforms, viewers began researching the performers. Fans wanted to know more about the talented teenagers who had suddenly become one of AGT's most talked about acts. What they discovered added an entirely new layer to the story. Nyjah Music and Zyah Rhythm are members of the extended family of Bruno Mars. The revelation quickly generated headlines. Suddenly, conversations expanded beyond the audition itself. Fans began discussing family legacy, musical influence, and the possibility of another generation of talent emerging from one of entertainment's most successful families. Yet what impressed many viewers most was the fact that the connection had not been used as part of the audition. The duo never introduced themselves as Bruno Mars' nephews. They never relied on celebrity recognition. They simply performed. Music journalist Amanda Carter believes that decision significantly influenced public perception. That respect became a major theme in online discussions. Thousands of comments praised the teenagers for stepping onto one of America's biggest stages and letting their talent lead the conversation. In many ways, the strategy worked perfectly. The audience responded to the performance before responding to the family name. That distinction matters. Especially in an era when discussions about celebrity families frequently dominate entertainment news. The entertainment industry has always been fascinated by family legacies. Children, siblings, and relatives of famous performers often face enormous expectations. Every achievement is compared to previous generations. Every success is scrutinized. That pressure can be overwhelming. For Nyjah and Zyah, the challenge is particularly unique because Bruno Mars represents one of the most successful entertainers of the modern era. Throughout his career, Bruno Mars has become known for exceptional songwriting, world-class live performances. Any family member pursuing music inevitably faces comparisons. Yet industry experts believe the AGT performance demonstrated something important. The duo is not attempting to become another Bruno Mars. They are trying to become themselves. Music development consultant Sarah Bennett sees that as a positive sign. The strongest young artists learn from their influences without copying them, Bennett explained. You can hear traces of family musicality, but you can also hear individuality. That's essential for long-term success. That individuality may become increasingly important as their journey continues. Competition shows often create instant visibility. Viral moments generate headlines. Social media accelerates exposure. But sustaining attention requires more than a single performance. It requires growth and artistic identity. The encouraging news for supporters is that many believe the duo already possesses those foundations. Their stage presence appeared natural. Their chemistry felt genuine. Their confidence suggested experience beyond their years. These qualities typically develop over time. They are rarely accidental. Sources familiar with the family's musical background note that music has been a central part of life for years. Growing up surrounded by performers, instruments, songwriting sessions, and live entertainment helped create an environment where creativity could flourish. Still, exposure alone does not create talent. Talent must be developed. And according to industry observers, that development was clearly visible during the AGT audition. As media coverage expanded, another question began emerging. What does Bruno Mars think? While public attention focused on the AGT performance, fans naturally became curious about how the global superstar might view his nephew's growing success. Although the spotlight remained on the young performers, many supporters viewed the moment as a reflection of the musical culture that helped shape the family. The connection generated additional interest without overshadowing the achievement itself. That balance proved crucial. Because ultimately, the story was never just about being related to Bruno Mars. It was about earning a moment. And that moment belonged entirely to Nyjah music and Zyah rhythm. Weeks after the audition aired, viewers continued sharing clips and discussing the performance online. Reaction videos accumulated thousands of views. Entertainment channels revisited the story. Music fans debated the duo's future potential. Yet one image consistently remained at the center of the conversation. Simon Cowell's reaction. Not because it was dramatic. Not because it was exaggerated. But because it appeared authentic. Authenticity remains one of the most valuable currencies in entertainment. Audiences recognize it immediately. They trust it. And when they see it, they remember it. That authenticity transformed a strong audition into a viral cultural moment. For viewers, it introduced two rising performers with undeniable potential. And for the duo themselves, it marked the beginning of a new chapter. Their journey is still unfolding. More performances lie ahead. New challenges will emerge. Expectations will continue growing. But one thing is already clear. They accomplished what every artist hopes to achieve when stepping onto a stage. They made people care. Not just about a performance. Not just about a famous family connection. But about the future. Whether their path leads to chart success, major tours, recording contracts, or something entirely unexpected, their AGT audition has already secured a place among the season's defining moments. And as fans continue replaying the performance and discussing what happened that night, one memory continues to stand above the rest. Two young artists walked onto a stage with nothing but a song. A theater full of strangers listened. The judges watched carefully. And by the end, even Simon Cowell appeared stunned. Sometimes a reaction really does say it all.